Hi there, Virgo, Healing Grasshopper, here to do your third week in August reading, the 14th to the 27th. Whoops, wrong deck. Okay, there's something you will be celebrating. Reversed. But once you hear the call of spirits, let's see if that's reversed in a moment. Hmm. Queen of Cups. There's a looking out for your own interests here. Okay. We'll leave it there for a moment. The personal. Okay. So we are talking about something that is going to work out in this week. Something that you've been working towards um with the intention to produce money, you know. You you're working towards a monetary goal here. Um and for most of you, this is not 9 to 5. This can be anything from entrepreneurship to like investments. Um, this doesn't necessarily exclude the 9 to 5ers. It's just something that you're working on for yourself as opposed to working for another entity. Um, and as long as you are following your intuition and not ignoring your intuition, Virgo, because that's something that I always have to remind the earth signs. And I think I've spoken to you about the same thing in the past handful of weeks that I need to remind the earth signs often to check in with spirit. Um, and then I know in my life, it happens over and over again where I'll find myself spinning my wheels and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Time to check in with my spirit guides. And as soon as I do that, I gain traction with things again. So as long as you are staying connected, things will be running smoothly. And, but because there's going to be a lot happening too. This is about swift movement and, like an avalanche of things. Um, which is interesting because you have the Knight of Pentacles under it. It's like there's going to be a lot going on, but the money is not going to come quite as quickly as you would like it. Hold on. Curious to see what the next cards are. Okay, hold on. Give me three more, please. Oh boy. Reversed. Okay. So we're going to address the elephant in the room right away. This Three of Swords is not about love. This Three of Swords is about the way things in the past has made you feel defeated and disappointed, is all this is saying. And it's almost important as this focus card, the center card here, where what's because you know what this is saying is this is in the forefront of your mind. But this, of course, is the goal, the projection, and the promise of spirit. The Nine of Pentacles, by the way, I'm talking about. Okay. I always have to remind myself that not everyone is watching. That you're just, some of you are just listening. So, okay. So now that we've addressed that, we're going to come back to it. Let's go back to the Queen of Cups here. Um, this avalanche of things to do, as long as you take them one at a time and you stay focused in spirit and make sure that you always have your own best interests in mind. And this showing up after the Eight of Wands indicates that the myriad of things that are going to be happening, it's going to be a variety of things happening. There's going to be, other people involved too, with other people looking out for themselves and what they want and, trying to get you to do what they want and stuff. But Spirit is saying here that, you really have to focus on your prize and nobody else's because everyone else is looking out for their own prize, but don't let them do that. Not in your world, right? Um, and your prize will happen, but it's not going to be overnight. You know, are the ideas and the situation and all of that going to be happening swiftly and choom, 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 100 miles an hour? Yes, but the money is not going to be as quick. So, don't get frustrated with that. Just have faith. It will come. Here you are picking up all the crazy uh wands here and assessing them all. But you're fine. You're getting there. And it's also significant coming out after the Nine of Pentacles. It's like you're dealing with everything. It's exhausting, but just remind yourself every now and then that you're going to get there. You're getting there. Um, the Four of Swords is about, you know, focusing on the journey in the present, staying present, and trying to keep your mind and heart in the present. This is all about um not rushing, right? Especially because this over here with things coming at you so quickly that you're going to try and match that pace in your life and that's not going to serve you well, you know. take everything as it is. Just because, everything's coming at you fast doesn't mean that you have to be rushing and, breaking your back. One thing at a time. Um, Two of Swords. It's the last card coming out before the Three of Swords. And that is, in this reading, this is doubt. You know, this would be the same thing as like the Seven of Pentacles or the Four of Cups type energy, where, especially with the Three of Swords here, where you feel like you're not sure how to proceed. Especially looking at this line, right? Things happening swiftly, but the results coming slowly, and then you doubting things at every step because you're not producing the results that you would like, and then with your memory of the past is making you doubt things. So let's get the clarity cards. Yeah, Five of Pentacles for sure. King of Cups, we'll see if those are really reversed. Okay, good. Where does this go next? Results here. Reversed any of them? None of them. Okay. Five of Pentacles. They're out in the cold card. Look, as long as you keep your eye on the ball and not focus on anything else, you will be able to dissolve this feeling. You know, ain't nobody got time for worrying, anxiety, thinking about the past, worrying about the future, all that business. You need to stay in the present. I just thought of Eight of Pentacles here. You know, just focus on the task at hand and you'll be fine. King of Cups is about not letting your struggle get to you. King of Cups is a, a stoic, right? He has his emotions under control. He doesn't let his emotions overcome him. Things happen and he deals with them rationally. That's what you need to do. There are going to be times when things are going to irritate you and frustrate you so much that you're going to want to throw, an overgrown adult tantrum. Just avoid that because it's not going to help you. Um, the Five of Swords attached to this Queen of Cups says a lot here. And it's addressing what I was talking about. Oh, look, and the Lovers is next to it too. Okay. Yeah, this is really talking about how I was saying before, focusing on your own best interest because you are in this week going to come across conflicting motivations with people. You know, it's like I heard the word auction, like being at an auction, you want something and everyone else in the room wants it too, you know? But you can't be concerned with everyone else. You need to just, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be ruthless and step on people's toes either. But in this week, Virgo, you cannot back down to others. Okay? Okay. Ah, reversed. Yeah, we have the six of, as long as you don't back down, you will be victorious, right? And look at this diagonal line of the clarity cards, right? You have, you know, keep an even temper and stay above your competition and you will have a victory. And then over here, you have people that you are dealing with that are going to make you feel like you're left out in the cold and not, on the defensive, let's say. Put you on the defensive is what is the word I'm looking for. We need at least one more spirit, please. All three? No. This one? These two. Reversed? Good. Nice. We've got the three of wands attached to the three of swords. Three of wands is your past. Things have been difficult. You've had disappointments, but now Three of Wands is talking about you can now look forward to things working out for you. But there's going to need to be a little bit of struggle before you get there, which is fine. Virgo is no stranger to struggle. Virgos can handle struggle. And Virgos can certainly handle, by the way, the Eight of Swords. I mean, the Eight of Wands. You're gonna be fine. And the Ten of Wands as well, Virgo. You were born for this stuff. Wait a minute, where'd these two come from? These two? Both of them. Okay, we've got two more. It's more than two. All of them. Okay. So, yes, that makes sense. We've got the Eight of Cups. This is walk away from, it's time for you to remove yourself from the expectation that things in the past are going to continue. Yeah, you had disappointments, but that was in the past. Let's move on to better things now. Knight of Swords. Oh, look, right? And I mentioned the seven of Pentacles that I was expecting to see this. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before. But anyway, I got distracted. Let's talk about the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about rushing most of the time. And sometimes it also talks about having a sharp tongue, especially when it's in reverse. But um, I'm leaning towards this feels more like the sharp tongue in a positive way. This is about your gift of gab, and this really feels like relating to this the whole not backing down thing with your opponent and your opponent's motivations and how it clashes with your own, and how Virgo is perfectly equipped to deal with people like that. This is don't back down. Go for the jugular, so to speak. But not in a malicious way. In a self-serving way, you're going to need to be. Sometimes we need to be that way when there's competition, you know. But we're going to do it in a moral way. Um, the Seven of Pentacles just talks about, again, not focusing on the past disappointments and just focusing on the task at hand, and you will produce the results that you're looking for and beyond. Four of Wands, celebration, right? It's like full circle with the beginning card of the Six of Wands. And this may also be talking about celebration with others, celebration with family, sharing your victory with others. Very nice. You're going to have a busy Virgo, but productive week. Um, just you deserve the things that you want, Virgo. And don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. Okay, Virgos? I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section. I answer every single comment because I love engaging with you guys, and it's like Christmas morning hearing from you guys. It inspires me and, it really motivates me to continue reading. It makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself and I am really helping folks. So, it does a lot for me. So, thank you, and I will speak to you soon. Um, Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means everything to the channel. It's a very quick gesture that costs you nothing. That means everything to the channel and helps it grow. So I thank you for that in advance. If you are really enthusiastic about helping this channel grow, what would be very helpful is you going into my playlist section. I've made plenty of playlists for you, like the Virgo playlist, timeless playlist, pick a card playlist. You can put them on autoplay and set them for background noise. You can even do it while you're sleeping, um, because watch hours are everything for the growth of a YouTube channel. So I thank you in advance. Okay. Um, shout out to my English speaking watchers. Thank you for your support. My American, UK, Canada, and Australia watchers. I see you in my analytics, and I am so grateful for all of you. I am always dazzled by my non-English speakers, my Spanish speakers, my Brazilian Portuguese speakers, um, my Filipinos, Tagalog speakers, my Indian Hindi speakers. It never gets old to see you there. Every now and then, too, I'll see Chinese speakers, not as often, but that's always exciting. Um, and a few others, but not quite as often as the countries that I mentioned. I am very, very grateful for you. The one thing that I want to communicate to you is um, this is a small channel. Um, we are a growing community, and thank you for joining my community, liking and subscribing and listening to the playlist and helping the channel grow. At some point, I will be able to translate my videos into the languages that you speak, but it's very expensive to do so. So until then, please bear with the subtitles and we'll get there together. Okay? I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.